What's up, good people? It's your girl Janelle with Cope with Janelle. That's climb over problems every day. Oh yeah, let me get this right. Ow, ow. Okay, I'm sitting in my kids' corner of my office today. So, what's up, y'all? I am just going to give everyone a minute to come on in the room because it is 12:11 and we got some things to talk about today. Oh, yes, on today. What is this curl doing? I don't know what the curl is doing. The curl is curling elsewhere. You know, locks and curls, they be having a whole mind of their own, but to God be the glory for the curls he has made. Hallelujah. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all know I'm silly, but here we go. All right, so today is episode 8, and we're talking about all moms deserve a break. Y'all know before we even get into it, let me go ahead on and let y'all know now. I have the phone here with me. If you would like to make a comment, please feel free to type it in the chat, or you can also send a text message to the number that I will also put in the chat, but that is 803 830 0639. Okay, that is the line for Cope with Janelle. You can put any of your questions. What's up, JoJo? Any of your questions, any of your comments, any of your suggestions, even for topic for next week. But I definitely want you to make any comments. Tell your friends, subscribe, share my page. It's absolutely amazing to have you guys on with me today. So let's just jump right into it. All moms deserve a break. Now, this is not to slight dads. Hold on. Wait a minute, Dad. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put a little Cope with Janelle in it. I am not slighting any parents. But today I'm just giving a special focus to moms. And the reason being is because I have had a lot of moms coming through the door lately. And so I thought, okay, let me see if I can kind of hit everybody with some freebies for right now. Okay. I have a book. Now, there was something that my sister gave me, and it was really very timely. She probably doesn't realize how timely it was, but those of you who know me know that I also have children. I have 2 children. They were in, I believe it was episode 5 or 6 of my podcast, Charlie and Dallas. I absolutely love them. They are my pride and joy. My son is 11. He has been blessed with the gift of autism, so he thinks differently and he does things differently, but he is absolutely a joy. And I also have my daughter, Charlie, who has also been blessed, like her mother, with ADHD, with a couple sprinkles of anxiety. So she gets that honest too. And she's absolutely amazing. Her energy is contagious and sometimes very challenging, but like we love hard, we play hard, all of that together, right? Um, but nevertheless, parenting, especially when they talk about gentle parenting, that's cute with gentle children, but about when you don't have gentle children, it's a little bit more difficult. And there are times where we as parents, especially, I know I can only speak for myself as a mom because I'm not a dad, but I can say that it can be very overwhelming. And I'm sure it can be overwhelming even if you don't have ADHD or anxiety. It can be very overwhelming and sometimes feel thankless, if I'm being honest. True story. So yesterday, nah, I ain't gonna out her. Never mind. I'm gonna back up on that story. I'm gonna give y'all a hypothetical. Okay. So hypothetically speaking, let's say you are parenting, you're doing what you normally do, and you're waking your children up for school, and one of your lovely cherubs decides that they don't want to get up, and so they start to be late. You have a choice to make. The other cherub got up on time and you dropped them both off to the same school. Should you go and take that one who was up on time and ready to go? Or should they be punished by you making them wait for the other sibling to get ready? If you're like me, you say, hey, no, one child shouldn't be punished because the other one is running late, especially if there's someone else, another parent there to take them to school later. Great. Um, Not punishing children for, well, not redirecting or causing another child to reap the consequences or the repercussions of something that one of their other siblings did. But fast forwarding to a different section of this hypothetical situation. Hypothetical. Let's say the child that gets left behind calls you, because they are upset that they got left behind. And in them calling you, you're telling them, hey, this is the reason why you got left behind. And they hang up on you. Yeah, like hang up in your face. Like you're on FaceTime and they hang up in your face. That may make you wanna reach out and touch somebody's, not hand, but So that may spark something up in you as the parent or as the mom. And you may feel like, hey, I want to call that person back. And then they send you to voicemail or they keep declining the call and send you a message saying, I don't want to talk to you. Oh my. This is the generation that we're kind of in, though. And so it's in those moments where, yes, we know redirecting has to come forward, but it's in those moments sometimes that you may feel even more weak or that you may feel even more discouraged or even more frustrated or irritated with just the different challenges of parenting altogether. And parenting is not your only job. You are still, whatever profession you are in, you are still a wife or a significant other, if you're married or in a relationship, you are still a parent to another child if you have more than one. You're still a daughter, you're still a sister, you're still an aunt, you're still a neighbor, you're still an organization member, you're still a council member, you're still a team member of this or that, you're still a leader of, you still have a lot of other hats that you have to wear. And so when I say the topic of every mom needs a break, is because even when you have all of those other hats to wear, if something happens where you get a phone call from your baby's school or you see their name come across your phone, all those other hats go to the wayside. You are putting on mom cape, da 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 da, mom to the rescue. You are out, okay? And that can be very exhausting. So I wanted to share a book with you that my sister she shared with me, "Where the Wild Moms Are," by Katie Blackburn and Shalto Walker. And I thought this was absolutely wonderful. She wrote me a message. This was one of the gifts that she gave me one Mother's Day. And I thought that this was like one of the most poignant books because at that time I really could relate. Oh my. So let's dive into it. Where the Moms Are. Oh, look at this. The day mom didn't get dressed and went on strike. How many of us want to go on strike, y'all? Ooh, my. Dad called her a wild thing. And mom said, cook your own dinner. I am, um, and stomped upstairs to run herself a bath. Yeah, you can already see where this is about to head, can't you? Uh huh. That evening, as mom lay in the tub in her bubble bath, a paradise wove itself all around her. Look at that. Man. Until the entire bathroom was hung with wild fruits, and the walls themselves seemed to fade and disappear. The air was full of promise, and waves softly lapped the shore. Oh man, I would love to be there right now, especially since it's so gloomy outside. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A yacht lay on the sands, and Mom stepped into it and floated away across time and space until she came to a place where the wild moms are. Look at that. And when the wild moms saw her, they shook their magnificent heads and wiggled their magnificent hips and stomped their magnificent feet. But Mom just laughed and danced as though there was no end to her wildness and magnificence. All the while, balancing a drink on her head and not spilling it. And they were dazzled and said she should be the queen of the wild moms. Oh, yes. And Mom said, I accept. Now let's get this party started. And there was never a wild magnificence like it. Look at that. They are turned up. They are having a good old time. Oh, yes. All the wild moms breaking together until enough, Mom cried. For the queen of the wild moms suddenly felt a little bit tired and emotional and wished she were with those she loved more than anything in the world. At that very moment, from miles away across the waters, as if by magic, Mom could tell that she was needed. So she stopped being queen of the wild moms. Oh, stay a little longer, the wild moms wailed. We're having such fun. Come join the conga. But Mom just smiled. She stepped into her yacht and floated across time and space, back into the waters of her very own bathtub. There was a cup of tea waiting for her. It was all right. She was home. She was home. Oh man. But for that few moments that she was with the wild moms, it was good. She was chilling. She was having fun. She was balancing her drink on top of her head. Every mom, every parent really, but every mom, I feel like they need that time in which to unwind, to really have a moment to kick back with other moms, to talk about the joys of momming, or to not talk about momming at all, to be able to have adult conversation, to share a laugh, a dance, stories, just anything with other moms, and to take a break from the responsibility. Um, Parents have the responsibility of rearing and raising and guiding their children for sure. And both moms and dads have that same responsibility. No one is absolved of any of those duties. There's something about being a mom, being the one that houses the life, that is the vessel used to create the life, to bring it forth. There is something about that connection where a human being is growing inside of you, and you see that human being that you have housed, that you have been the sole provider for those months, walking around. There's a different level of um, responsibility, of obligation that you feel to that child. And for that reason, in and of itself, you do all the things, you become all the people that they need you to be. You make things happen that ordinarily wouldn't happen. You find the things that have been lost in the abyss of their room that no one else can find. No one else can find it. But for some odd reason, you find all the things. You can fix the things that are broken or that need to be sewed up because they do things in a hurry and are not careful with their items. Um, you spread yourself thin in that human capacity to where when it's time for you to rest, that time gets shorter and shorter or becomes non-existent. Every mom needs a break because if you don't take a break, you're no good to yourself and you're definitely no good to your children. Because what happens when we don't break? Well, when we work our long hours, when we come home, the children still want to be children, right? They still want to play, right? They still want you to give them all of the love and the energy that you would otherwise have if you rested, right? Or if you had a moment to just recalibrate, to rejuvenate, to revive, to refresh, right? Well, I don't have those moments. Any moment can be that moment. Even taking a bath, closing that door, and getting behind that closed door for some moments, just to take a bath or just to breathe. Um, when you're driving to work or when you're driving to the store, to the grocery store, or wherever, right? Instead of multitasking while you're driving, taking that moment to do a mindfulness meditation of sorts, to listen to a podcast, to listen to your favorite audiobooks, to listen to music that invokes the desired emotions that you would like to have or experience. Even when you are waiting in the car rider line, the dreaded car rider line, picking your kids up from school, before they get in the car, you know, take that moment to um, eat that piece of chocolate without someone asking for a piece of it, or to um, color in your book. Yeah, you can bring it with you. Take a moment to yourself. Every mom needs a break. Sometimes we need longer breaks than those 15, 20, 30-minute increments that we may be able to stuff in a day. And it's okay for you to call on your support systems to see if someone can watch the children, to be able to go away with one of your friends so that you can have a where the wild moms are moment. In return, a rejuvenated and a revived, refreshed mom. Every mom needs a break. So, the tip for today from Cope with Janelle, which is to climb over problems every day, let's climb over this problem by making sure that you take a much needed break. Not every day. I'm not telling you to stop momming, but definitely in order to enhance your mom experience, make sure that you take the break that you need in order to be the revived and rejuvenated person you want your children to have. All right, my friends, until next time, hearts and hugs. Bye.